lot of the modeling I do is, well, mania driven. What I mean by that is I'll often get an idea and just try to run with it, not always putting a whole lot of thought into it. Sometimes this yields fun and pretty cool results, sometimes maybe not, and recently I would start a project that was very much that. Christmas time and winter is my favorite time of the year. Personally, I really enjoy cold weather, and I wanted to build a layout that would capture that. Last night, I decided to set out to do that, and today I'll be showing you guys the result of such. In a single day, I managed to get pretty far, and really quick I'll walk you guys through everything I did to make this. Like I said, it's just kind of an idea I had, so it doesn't really have a lot of basis, but it was still fun and I'm still pretty proud of the result. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be showing you guys my frozen lake layout, and here's how I built it. So this layout, believe it or not, is the same layout that was seen in my first video. Unfortunately, as time went on, that layout would be taken up, and for a while I just had the box it sat in laying around. The idea I had for the new layout was an elevated one that would sit on a frozen lake with a mountain in the middle, and I figured this box would be the perfect place to build it in, but laying my Woodland Scenics water into it would probably not yield the best results. As you guys can see here, the wood itself is actually open, and it likely would just leak through and cause a big mess. So using some glue, I would go around the inside of the box. It was also at this point I decided to paint the bottom of it, being a mix of black, green, and brown spray paints. Quick note, if you're going to spray paint inside, please make sure it's in a well-vented area. This was just late at night, and personally I don't like spray painting when the sun's not out. Next would be fitting the track into the box, and seeing where everything laid. I used this step to place the pillars, and glued each of those down where they would need to sit. Lastly came placing the mountain in the middle to see if it would fit. Thankfully it did, and work was able to start. The first thing I did was apply the water inside, as this normally takes about 24 hours to dry, and I wanted to start on it as soon as I could. I made sure the entire bottom board was covered, and then started adding some clump foliage, this being along the mountain itself and the sides, as well as having some built up on the pillars. This ended up drying a lot faster than I thought it would. I think it took about 2.5 hours. So after a game of Cold War Zombies, I started on adding the snow detail, which honestly was a lot easier than you may think. This was done with Woodland Scenic snow detail and a can of Krylon white spray paint. Literally as simple as that. Using the white spray paint, I would follow the edges of the shrubs, more in bursts so I didn't just spray paint them all white, and did the same along the sides of the mountain. Again, I wanted the ice to look like it had frozen over, and the white really helped to do that. Once everything had dried, I would test fit the track, make sure it sat perfectly on top, and that, ladies and gentlemen, completed the build. I did add a little more detail, as well as a boat which is completely frozen over in the water. I have no clue who this belongs to, but poor guy. And would like to add trees and some other small stuff with time. But for now, and in a single night, this is where I managed to get with the layout. And now that I've told you how I did it, let me show you it in action. As always, guys, thanks again for watching, and I apologize for this video being a little shorter than normal. If I'm honest, this project was just a really quick one. It all came together in a single night, and there's not really a lot to talk about. It's just an idea I had that thankfully turned out pretty cool. And if I can do this, quite literally anybody can. So if any of you guys want to give it a shot, I highly recommend you do. This was super fun to do, and I feel like it would be for you guys too. Thanks again, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.